So something's different here. What happened to our palettes? What colors did we have last week? What? Yeah. Okay, Olivia.
Blue, red, yellow, and white.
Yeah, so what did we have last week? What?
Blue, red, yellow, and white.
Blue, wait. Blue, red, yes. Okay, no, but what do we have now this week? What do we have? Oh, Olivia, go.
Blue, orange, gold, yellow, white.
Yeah, so this is actually called yellow ochre. So everybody say yellow ochre.
Yellow ochre.
It's kind of like yellow ogre, but not quite. Yeah, it's a very golden color. So we're going to actually be using this guy to help us out a little fox. So please do me a favor, do not lean on the table, because when you guys lean, you all block each other's view, and then nobody can see anything. So what I did was I took photos from my earlier class because it's really hard to see this stuff. I want it to be really big so you guys can really see it, because you're a bigger class and you can't like see me always hold it up. So I'm gonna ask you to look up there every now and then. So here's what you're gonna do, by the way. You're going to keep one of these little guys next to you. This is one of those little hand wipes that I always give you at the end of class. We're gonna have one next to us the whole entire time. So anytime you get like yucky stuff next to you, go, oh, I'm just gonna clean that up now. Because if you clean it as you go, as soon as it gets on the table, it's not going to travel from like your hand. So like, whoops, my hand gets in there, and then it gets on your face, and then it gets everywhere, and then your mom comes and she screams and she goes, what happened to my son? So keep this next to you, and you won't have any gross paint on your face or your mouth or whatever. So, okay. So last week we did a wash. What do you remember about what a wash is? What? Kevin, I saw your hand go up.
That is really light.
Yeah, what else? What do you remember about a wash?
I think not that thick.
Not that thick. What else?
You like put water.
Yes, more water. So today, guess what? Total opposite day. We're not going to use very much water at all. You can use a couple little tear drops to help you loosen up the paint, but we are not going to do the wash. We're going to go thick today, okay? Please don't wiggle, it's just going to be distracting. Thank you. So remember, we do not have a whole entire cup of colors. We only have these, and we're supposed to use this one tool to get all of our colors. We have to make all of our adjustments with this. We have to do all our mixing with this. We have to do all our applying with just this, right? So rather than going over and going, okay, well, I need light orange. I'm gonna get light orange, or I need dark blue. I'm gonna get dark blue. No, you have to do it all here. And remember, this is your sword. Everybody say sword.
Sword.
This is your shield.
Shield.
I'm gonna check on you guys. I'm gonna make sure you have your sword and your shield. If I don't see you going into battle with both, it's over, right? So you always need this. This is like your sharp thing, and this is your thing that protects you and your sharp thing. So it kind of protects you from getting dirty. It protects your brush from getting yucky. You don't want like a crazy brush, right? So, okay, well, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to start with values, building them up from dark to light. So what are we gonna do? Well, we've got a pumpkin. Now it's light on top. There's gonna be shadow on the bottom. So we're not just gonna use one orange. We have to make a dark orange, a medium orange, and a light orange. Now that's pretty easy. You've been there, done that with like colors and whatnot. But with oil paint, remember, we've got some rules. So you're gonna use the tip of the brush. So that image on there, look up there. See that? See how it's just at the very tip? Is it covering the whole entire? No. Does it look like that?
No.
Does it look like a really frayed like witch broom? No, it's nice and thin. It's nice and thin. It's just at the tip. Ooh, look how pretty. Now the other thing is, when you're mixing, this is the way it's gonna look. See how the brush is almost straight up and down? You're only kind of swirling with the top. You're not shoving the brush flat. See that? No way, you're not gonna shove the brush flat. You're gonna kill the brush. And it's gonna be really hard for you to paint and clean your brush, so just the tip. Everybody repeat after me, just the tip.
Just the tip.
Oh, got it, okay, so let's do this. Let's make a pretty color. So, kind of stand up straight. Remember, don't lean because you block people's faces and it's easier for people to see things. So, ready? I'm gonna take orange. I'm gonna swirl it. Now again, see this? I'll go to this image. It's like that. It's straight up and down.
Whoa.
See how it's straight up and down? Do you see what color's up there?
Brown.
Brown, but what, I don't have brown here. How do I get brown?
Blue and orange.
Yep. By the way, do you see how I'm just using the side of the paint?
So you don't.
Yeah, wanna see what happens? If you just shove your brush in the middle, watch this. Oh no, what? That kid just killed all of his paint. I took a picture of that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use that for my next class. I'm gonna show them what not to do. He just shoved his brush straight in the middle. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I'm not gonna make you watch me do that. That's just, that's a heinous crime. So now I'm holding my brush straight up and down to swirl. Now when I'm applying this, everybody look. I'm just gonna do this one pumpkin section at a time. I'm petting it on gently, just like a little animal. I'm petting on the nose. You can practice on yourself. Oh, it's just like really light. Oh, right? So it's kind of like this. So here's what I'm doing. Here's a really good photo. The whole entire brush can bend. You don't want the whole entire brush to bend. You just want the tip to bend. Do you see how I'm barely putting pressure on up there? But here, that's like going, wah. No. You just want the tip to bend. It's a flexible tip. I can go back and forth. Oh, yep. Good job sneezing into your elbow. And yes, good job. Do you need a nose napkin? They're over there. Everybody's getting sick. Okay. So see that? I got my shadow. Great job, Miss Lori. Thank you. And remember, did you see me put any water in here? No. Okay. So here we go. Cleaning my brush. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Who's that?
Miss Lori.
Miss Lori. Mr. Brush. And Miss Lori. Mr. Brush is saying hi to Miss Lori. And I'm saying, okay, Mr. Brush, you look real nice. You can go into your next color. So, okay, we're going to do all these down here. But what I just want to remind you is your brush, when you use it, you want it to look like a brand new brush. Each time you change your color, it has to be like, ooh, yeah. So if I'm going into my next color, so I want to make more of that brown because I kind of ran out. Please don't lean forward because I know you're trying to see, but it's blocking people's face. See that?
Oh, that's
okay.
brown.
Yeah, so again, I'm just using the tip just like that. So I'm going to do each one of these. Guys, did you notice I did something? I left this empty. Why do you think I did that?
So you can see the outline.
Yeah, the blue outline, because we're going to actually put a little bit of a darker color between it. We just want to remember where that's going, right? Here's another thing I can do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna scrape that up. I'm gonna get all that delicious. It looks like chocolate, doesn't it? It's like you're scraping the Nutella. Scrape that Nutella onto your brush. It's kind of like I'm patting it. Do you see how I'm patting? Now, am I pressing back and forth like a wild painter? No, I'm going down. I'm going down, 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 down. Because you'll remove the paint if you go and you're out of control. And it's also kind of like I'm very close and it's a very small amount of movement I'm doing. I'm not going. One girl I saw, I caught her in the earlier class. She, what did she do? She was just like, because I said tap at the edge for the blending, and she just started like from a distance like fragging it. I was like, what are you doing? Chopping wood? It's like, it's a very small like patting. Like if you saw me without a brush, it's like I'm doing this. But when you see me with the brush, it's like, so those small little things. Actually, a hilarious metaphor that Miss Land came up with, or someone in another class, for the direction. When you're painting, you just want it to go like one direction. So I like to go downwards. It's just, I don't know, and it's harder to go upwards. So anyways, so this is pretty funny. So think about it this way. When you're in a car, do you go one way and then another way, and you go forward, backwards, forward, backwards? You just drive forward. You go one direction.
No, sometimes your car is bad and then you run out of fuel and then.
Well, I think the only time you actually go back and forth is when you're in a ditch. And most of you guys aren't in ditches. Yeah, okay. So I did my dark value. Now here's what I'm going to do. See how it's pretty controlled? That's because I have a really nice clean brush. Look at this. See how it's just at the tip? It's very sharp. Remember, I have my sword and my shield at all times. So I can knock, knock,
What
knock,
is
knock,
your
knock.
water? What is your
Knock,
water?
knock, 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 knock,
What's your
knock,
water?
knock, 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 knock,
What's
knock, knock, knock.
Your shield is crumpled.
Huh?
Your shield is
Oh, I like my shield crumpled because it's like I'm sticking in there, and it's not.
But
It's
what's your water?
oh, water's great. Water is good.
What's your water for the shield and the
Water. I don't know. Taking